Good day, everyone. You're welcome to the lesson of today. My name is Hadidayo Adegoke, and today we are considering the subjects Basic Science and Technology. Our emphasis is on PHE, that's Physical Health Education. Our topic for today is HIV/AIDS education. HIV/AIDS education. In case you don't know what HIV/AIDS is, it's a disease, okay? I want to study about the disease called HIV/AIDS today. If you look at the screen, you are going to see this picture here. This is a bacteria, a virus in a person's body. Look at the way it comes in. You see, the virus is outside, and then it comes in contact with a person, and then it enters their body. And then when it enters the body, you can see the virus. It's entering the body, and then it stays in the body. It begins to swim. You can see it, and then it will be in the system, and it will continue, and it cannot die. Look at the way it's coming in, and then the virus gets into somebody's body. So we'll be looking at HIV/AIDS today. We'll be studying about it. That is what HIV/AIDS education is. Once again, you're welcome to this lesson. Now, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to define HIV/AIDS, recite and write the full meaning of HIV/AIDS, then mention how HIV is contracted. That is how one can get HIV. Now, what is HIV/AIDS? First of all, we have HIV. Then later, it develops into AIDS. So get that clear. It is HIV/AIDS. HIV first, then AIDS is when the HIV has gone deep, and then it can no longer be taken care of again. Look at this. HIV is a bad germ which can attack the body and makes one very sick. It attacks the body, then it makes one very sick. Now, the body becomes weak and unable to fight sicknesses. Now, it is HIV that grows to become AIDS. I will explain that to you. Okay, once the germ enters the body, it begins to attack the body. Now, you have some things in your body that protect your body. Even when you have an injury, your white blood cells, the blood platelets, they help your body to heal fast. But when there's HIV in someone's blood, all those white blood cells will die. And then when they die, your body cannot fight germs. Your body cannot fight diseases. It's like when you drink water. Sometimes not all the water you drink are very clean. Okay, sometimes the water in the bottle has been there for a long time. It has been exposed to sun, it has been exposed to heat, and then it is not so very clean or fresh. But when you drink it, because you have some white blood cells, some things in your system, in your body, like that's why you are told to always take fruits and vegetables, because they help your body to fight germs and diseases, okay? So when HIV gets into somebody's body, it will begin to destroy all the white blood cells that should protect your body. It destroys them. So now when someone now takes in maybe germs or diseases, there's nothing to fight the germs again. The germs just come and destroy the person's body. So that's what HIV does. It gets into somebody's body and destroys the person's body, so that any sickness or disease that is coming, the person will not be able to fight it. Okay, look at this again. Now we are going to look at the full meaning of HIV/AIDS, okay? HIV means human immunodeficiency virus. You are going to see it spelled out vertically in our next slide. While AIDS means acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Now, it's a disease of the human immune system. Like I said, the immune system is the one that protects your body against germs and diseases. Now, it's a disease of the immune system caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, that's AIDS. This is the full meaning of HIV and AIDS. You see HIV for human, I for immunodeficiency, and V for virus. We'll be explaining more about this. You see A for acquired, I for immune, D for deficiency, and S for syndrome. Okay, let's take a look at them one after the other. Okay, what we have here is HIV, meaning human immunodeficiency virus. Now, why do we call it human immunodeficiency virus? Human, because the virus can only infect human beings. So animals cannot have HIV, only human beings. Then look at I, immunodeficiency. Now, because the effect of the virus is to create a deficiency, a failure to work properly within the body's immune system. Look at what it means. It means immune deficiency. That is, the immune system, the one that should fight germs, is now deficient. That is, it cannot work properly. Is that okay? It cannot fight germs for you again. So if somebody drinks dirty water, the germs will affect the body. If you take biscuits without washing your hand, and maybe there's a little bit of germs on your fingers, and then the dirt gets into your system, the dirt will affect the person's body because the immune system is now deficient, cannot work properly. Now look at the V. V means virus. So HIV attacks human, it makes the immune deficient, that is, cannot work properly, and it is a virus. The organism HIV is a virus, which means one of its characteristics is that it is incapable of reproducing by itself. It reproduces by taking over the machinery of the human cell. The virus is not from within, it comes into the body. And then what happens? It now takes over the body. So your body is no longer your own, it's the virus that now controls the body. Okay, that's for people that have it. I don't mean you, only for people that have HIV. Now let's see what AIDS is. Now AIDS is acquired. It has been acquired. You know, we said HIV is the one that leads to AIDS. Okay, when the virus gets into the body and it has destroyed the body, then we say, oh, the virus has been acquired. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Acquired, you know, because it's a condition one must acquire to get infected with, not something transmitted through the genes. Now, it's not like somebody pass it on to you, like because my mommy has HIV, they mean to have HIV. That's the meaning of passing something through genes. Sometimes because somebody's mommy is tall, the person too will be tall. Somebody's mommy is short, the person too will be short. Somebody's mommy is fat, the person too will be fat. My mommy has long hair, so me to have, that's passing something through genes. But HIV is not like that. It is not transmitted through genes, it is acquired. Now, immune, it affects the body's immune system, like I said earlier, so that the body cannot fight bacteria and viruses. Then deficient, it cannot work properly. Then syndrome. Now, because someone with AIDS may experience a wide range of different diseases and opportunistic infections. What does that mean? Maybe before somebody has cough, and then after taking cough syrup, the cough will go. But now because somebody has HIV, the cough that is supposed to go is not going. The cough is not leaving you, is not leaving the person, because the immune system is very weak. Before, when the person takes cough syrup, the cough syrup will work. But now when the person takes cough syrup, the cough syrup cannot work because the immune system is not strong. That's the syndrome. The things that should not happen are now happening because the immune system is weak. Okay, we have some interesting facts. 35 million people dead from AIDS-related, 76.1 million people infected, 1.8 million newly infected. with this HIV. It's a disease that is all over the world. That's why we must be very, very careful. Now, what is the meaning of AIDS? Like we've said before, it is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, or shortened as AIDS, and it is a collection of symptoms and infections that arise because of damaged human immune system caused by HIV infection or immunodeficiency virus. Now, AIDS virus attacks the white blood cells called the lymphocytes. It affects the white blood cells. Now, look at this person. This is an HIV victim. You see, the person is suffering from HIV. And you can see that this person is not as healthy as it should be. This is what HIV does to the body. Your body, the immune system is weak, and the immune system is like the engine. If the engine of a car cannot work, then the car is not going anywhere. So when the immune system is weak, germs enter the body, and then the person becomes very sick. And as the person becomes very sick, the person will be growing leaner and leaner. That is, thinner and thinner. Will not be able to have the normal body weight. You can see those people, they are suffering from HIV/AIDS. Okay, now, how can you tell if you have HIV? You can't rely on symptoms. Don't say, oh, it's somebody that is thin or lean or not eating well that is having HIV. No, you can't rely on symptoms. The only way to know for sure is to do what? Get tested. Everybody must go to the hospital and get themselves tested. Let the doctor test you. They will take blood samples. Then they will check whether there's HIV in the person's blood or not. Okay, now, after testing, they will bring results. If it is negative, you see, negative. That means you don't have. Then if it is positive, that means the person is what? HIV positive. The person has it. Okay, now, how do people get HIV? First of all, so that you know how to be careful. Through the use of other person's blade or clippers in a barbing salon. That's why some people don't go to barbing salon. Because when you go there, it's the same clipper that they use to cut someone's hair that they also use for you. And as they are cutting somebody's hair, if the clipper should mistakenly cut the person's scalp, that is the skin on their head, blood will come out, and the blood can stain the clipper. And then when they use it on another person and it's mistakenly cut again, the blood that was on the clipper before can mix with the blood, the fresh blood, and the germs does not, the virus is transmitted through blood. If the previous person had HIV in the blood, it could be on that clipper too. So when it cuts the new person, the virus can be transmitted to that person. That is why you must be careful. Anything that can cut, that can make blood to come out of your body, you must be very, very careful. You must avoid it. Another one is through blood transfusion to a sick person. Sometimes when people are sick, they need blood. Other people will give them blood. Now, if the blood they are giving them is a blood that has HIV, and they pass it to someone, that person they've passed the blood to will also have the HIV. That's why people that want to get blood, people are sick and they need blood. So anybody that wants to get blood must make sure that the blood they are getting is a screened blood. It has been checked that it has no HIV. Another one is using sharp objects of other people. I mentioned them clippers before. We have pins, needles, syringes, blades. You must be very careful. Anything that can draw blood can pass HIV. And you must be careful because once you have HIV, the virus cannot die. Though some people take drugs to make sure that the virus does not affect them very much. But the virus, that's why you must be very careful. The virus cannot die. Okay. Another one is sharing of toothbrush or chewing stick with an infected person. When somebody is infected and while he's brushing, there is an injury somewhere and then blood comes out, and somebody else takes the toothbrush and use it to brush his or her teeth. And while brushing too, there is a cut. The virus can get into the person's blood like that, and the person too becomes infected. So that's another way. Then exchanging blood through court and friendship. Some people will say, oh, we are best friends forever. Let's do blood covenant. That is unacceptable. You must never allow that. Let's do blood covenant. And then they cut themselves. Okay, take my blood, I take your blood. That is very, very dangerous. Apart from having HIV, it is bad, it is wrong. There are a lot of other things you may get, through that. And HIV is one of them. That's how some people get HIV. When they take somebody's blood, they say they are doing blood covenant, which is terrible. They get HIV. You see this picture of this person. Look at the thin legs. Look at the head. You can see. These are the problems. Look at the thin hand. You see, this person is suffering from HIV/AIDS. Okay, we have talked about HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, and AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Okay, so you have to define, you do this class rex. Number 1, define HIV/AIDS. 2, write the full meaning of HIV/AIDS. 3, mention the ways HIV is contracted. That first one, how is HIV different from AIDS? You explain. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day and be happy.